Hello everybody, I'm George, the guitar gear guru from Monde Guitars.
And I'm Harry.
And today we're here to take a look at this Mark 535 combo. This combo is 2 channels, 3 modes each, clean, fat, crunch, and on the overdrive side, the Mark 2C Plus, Mark 4, and extreme mode settings.
We also have a graphic EQ available to both channels that's shared. It's also foot switchable or on all the time.
Solo boost
Per channel. Individual wattage settings for each channel and individual reverb settings for each channel.
On the clean channel, the mid-range, when you go past 12 o'clock, it actually acts like a boost, like this. BAM! So it boosts very loud. All right, so let's get some clean tones.
Well, we should talk about, Boogie in itself. Boogie is a great company. They make a super quality amplifier. They don't really like to talk about the build quality on these, but you're not going to get an amplifier that has flying leads from the control panel to the actual circuit board, where in case anything happens to your knobs in the front, you get hit or something like that, it's not going to destroy the circuit board that they're mounted to. They also use custom-made transformers as opposed to just picking something off the shelf, which is a great quality, because they're designing the amp from the ground up as opposed to, just picking out components that kind of match what it needs to be. Randy's an amazing builder, and his ideas are fantastic.
It's phenomenal.
And they only use the best quality components. So just wanted that to be said. Now I guess let's go into the different channels. So right now we got a little bit of reverb on the clean channel, and we're just going to use the neck pickup on this guitar, which is just an EMG.
Let's talk about the guitar too. We're playing it through a ESP Ouija.
Yeah, it's a custom shop piece that they made a couple of years ago, available in white and in black.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Let's get to some tones, man. Let's hear what we got.
So this is the clean channel on the 535. It's a little on the brighter side.
Balances out well though.
Yeah, as opposed to the fat channel, which gives it a little bit more bottom end. So if you really want to cut through the mix, this is definitely the channel to be on, the setting to be on. If you want to do the fat mode, it's obviously going to be thicker and put you more into the mix. But
that's one of my favorite ones. The fat sounds really,
really
good.
Sounds great. Yeah. So let's do the just the clean setting.
Very crisp.
Yeah. So leaving it in the same setting, we can drop down to the fat, which you'll hear gets warmer.
And that bottom end.
Reverb has a great trail. It's a longer reverb tank than what's in the 525, so it gives you a little bit longer of a tail there.
We'll go to crunch mode.
Let's go to crunch, and we'll show them what the mid-range control does on the crunch.
You want me to crank the gain a little bit on it?
Yeah, let's crank the gain up.
It's like 70% maybe.
Yeah, we'll retweak the amplifier.
I mean,
a little bit
I'm sitting right next to it, and he's got the volume off on the guitar. As soon as we go past 12 o'clock on that mid-range, you instantly hear that extra gain kick in. And I, even standing right next to it with the guitar being completely off, I could just hear it right away.
So now we're back into the bridge pickup. Drive that up all the way and drive the gain up all the way and get even more gain out of it.
Sounds very thick.
Yeah, so for those who don't use a clean channel, you can get a pretty heavy distorted tone using that. Or if you want, you can pull down the gain, pull down the mid-range a little bit, and roll down on your volumes.
When you back off on the volume, the amp cleans up very well. So you want to start to head into some.
So by the way, we don't have the graphic EQ on any of these channels. If you really want to kick it in on this crunch channel, you'll definitely hear a difference. Yeah. So leaving the EQ on and going to the second channel, we have the Mark II C+, the Mark IV setting, and the Extreme setting. So the Mark II C+ is going to give you a little less distortion, but a little bit more articulation in the tone, in the single lead notes.
The notes are smoother.
Notes are smoother. As you move into the Mark IV, obviously you're going to get a little bit more gain. The tone is pretty similar. It's a little thicker, but not by much. And then when you go into the Extreme setting, you get a lot more distortion and a lot more bottom end. So you just have to watch out for that when you are flipping to the Extreme setting. You might have to back down on the bass a little bit.
The volume probably too.
Yeah, a little bit on the volume too. Now the trick is with most boogies, you don't really want to drive the bass on the channel more than 12 o'clock. Anything more than that kind of muddies them up. A lot of guys think that they're muddy because they typically try to run them, you know, like an old school way where you drive the bass up all the way, but it doesn't really work that well. You know, I kind of keep like the mids down because that's
what he does.
What I do, and then keep the treble and the presence up. And are we in the 4 setting right now?
We're in the 2 C+.
2 C+. So we got the gain up all the way. Woo! Hot mic, hot mic.
Hot.
Have the EQ set on that as well. So if we flip that off, Now, even though you have all these modes, the amp is only a 2-channel amplifier. But because you can foot switch the EQ in, you can sort of get 4 different tones as opposed to just the 2 different tones. So that's one good thing to remember. That
Solo boost too?
Well, the solo boost, but the solo boost is not going to give you a different sound. It's just going to give you more volume.
Yeah.
For, you know, when you're doing leads or when you're doing a specific passage that you want to just get a little louder. So, you know, always remember that you can always set this so you can have like 2 different tones. Like if you're going for like that, you know, Slayer, mid-rangey kind of tone, you can have that. And then you can go to like that scooped Dimebag or Metallica. So let's go to the 4 setting. The 4's got a little bit more gain. You can hear it kick in right away. Yeah. Keeping the amp at the same settings. You know, obviously we're scooping the mids again for that tone.
The mids sound more aggressive for the 4.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Flip back and forth between the 2.
Sure. We're starting at the 2, and then we'll go to the 4.
Yeah.
That's the 4.
So a little bit more bottom end.
Oh, yeah, with the 4. Oh, yeah.
And a little bit more gain. And now when you step into the extreme setting, which isn't really like any other amp that they have, you're just going to get more gain,
More
volume, and obviously more low end.
Sounds awesome.
Flip back to the, go through the 3 modes.
Okay, first I'll start off on 3, then 4, and then for 5 I'll
2.
do okay, 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So let's do that.
See a tremendous boost in that last channel with extreme.
Yeah, a lot more volume. And then obviously you can always kick up the volume even more with the solos if you're in that setting. Now, I mean, we barely have this thing up. We have this thing at like...
Like 1.
Yeah.
It's like barely on.
And it's pretty loud. So even though they rate these things at 35 watts, I mean, you're going to get way more volume than that. Definitely plenty of volume to play any kind of gig where they're going to mic you up. You know, plenty of volume to play with a drummer. I would just put the amp up on a stand so that the bass drum's not killing you.
Can't forget the CABCLONE.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a CABCLONE.
We also got a CABCLONE in the back.
That's right.
Which allows you to go direct to the PA system or direct to a recording. It's got...
you can shut off the speaker to the amp.
Shut off the speaker, and then you can...
It's an open back, close back, you know, simulator on there. And you got a ground lift in case you're getting any hum. So it's pretty versatile.
Headphones.
Yeah.
You can run headphones off of this, you know, tube amp with a headphone jack. I mean, not normally done, but...
And it sounds just as good through the headphones as it does through the amp itself.
Yeah. And you get, you know, 5-year warranty on these. You get a cover, which, I mean, you could spend a lot of money with some other companies and they don't give you covers.
Nope.
But you definitely get that. You know, and the guys inside are great at helping you out. And, you know, I mean, we know the ins and out of these, so we can help you out. We're also an authorized service center for Boogie, so we can take care of any problems you have. Yeah, you got to pick one up or come by and try this out yourself. It's killer. I mean, you can get every tone. It's nice that it's in a small, compact little package like this. Take it to any gig, jam session, anything you need.
It's not heavy at all either. I mean, lifting it weighs like nothing.
Yeah. Or you just hire George to carry it for you while you play the gigs.
That works
it's
too.
easy. Strap it to his back.
On my back, my own back.
Yeah.
So
Elvis's back.
Yeah.
So
I'm George, the Guitar Gear Guru.
and I'm Harry, and we're here at Beaumont Guitars, and that was the Mark 535 from Boogie.